Today's topic comes from something I observed at work. And honestly, it was like looking into a mirror. A few of my colleagues are unwell. One of them, who's in the same group as me, has a cough. His mentor invited the two of us to a talk, a pretty formal one. While we were chatting, the mentor started coughing as well. And then my colleague asked her, "Did you catch that from me?" The moment I heard him say it, something clicked. I immediately recognized it. This was exactly what I did when I asked my colleague why he didn't go get McDonald's after he'd told me he wanted it. Same pattern, same meaningless question, same lack of purpose, same failure to think about what the other person was supposed to do with that question. I sat there thinking, why would you ask that? What possible answer are you expecting? If she says yes, it's awkward. She's essentially saying, "Yes, you got me sick." If she says no, it feels like she's just being polite. There's no good outcome. It's a question that can only create discomfort. It doesn't gather useful information. It doesn't build connection. It doesn't help anyone. It just puts the other person in an impossible position. And I noticed it. I noticed the mentor pause for a split second. She was gracious about it, said she probably picked it up somewhere else. But that hesitation was there. The awkwardness was there. And my colleague didn't even seem to register it. That was the first thing that struck me. He asked a question without considering how it would land, without thinking about what the other person was supposed to do with it, without asking himself, what is this question actually achieving? Then something else happened. The mentor offered him a spare mask, and he declined, saying he didn't need one. I was standing right there the whole time, and I could read the mentor's true intention. She wasn't just offering a mask out of kindness. She was gently signaling that he shouldn't be spreading his cough, especially in a formal setting with other people around. The mask wasn't a random gesture. It was a polite hint, a subtle, face-saving way of saying, "Please wear this so you don't get others sick." And he completely missed it. He stayed on the surface. He didn't pick up on what she was really communicating. He saw the mask as just a mask, not as a message. It reminds me of something else I've noticed in life. When someone hands you a tissue while you're eating, it's usually not random generosity. Most of the time, it means you've got something on your face. They're being polite by giving you an easy way to fix it without saying it directly. They're protecting your dignity while helping you. It's a subtle social signal, and if you're not paying attention, you miss it entirely. Same with wearing a mask when you're under the weather. It's not about you. It's about everyone around you. It's basic consideration. It shows you're aware of others. It shows you care about their well-being. It signals that you're socially aware and responsible. But my colleague missed all of it. He asked a pointless question. He brushed off a thoughtful offer. He didn't read the meaning behind either. And he probably walked away thinking everything was fine, completely unaware of the subtle signals he'd missed. Now, I want to be clear about something. I'm sharing this not to make fun of him. I'm not judging him or looking down on him. I genuinely mean that. I'm using him as a mirror, to see my own patterns more clearly, to recognize what I should avoid, because sometimes I see myself in him. I see my own meaningless questions, my own failure to pick up on social cues, my own lack of awareness around how my words and actions affect others, and I see how easy it is to miss the subtle signals people send us every day. There are two major takeaways from this. First, every word you say should serve a purpose. Don't say or ask anything that serves no function, and especially avoid anything that puts someone in an awkward position. My colleague's question achieved nothing. It didn't gather useful information. It didn't build rapport. It didn't help anyone. It just made things uncomfortable, and it forced his mentor to choose between honesty and politeness. That's not a fair position to put anyone in, including yourself. I've done this myself as well, unintentionally. Asked questions that had no point. Questions that didn't need asking. Questions that only created tension. And I never stopped to think about what the other person was supposed to do with my question. I just asked it because I could, because it came to mind. From now on, before I speak, I'm going to ask myself, what's the purpose of this? What am I hoping to achieve? What is the other person supposed to do with this? If I can't answer that clearly, I'll keep quiet. It's not about being silent all the time. It's about being intentional. Second, always read beneath the surface. Don't just take things at face value. Read between the lines. Pay attention to what people are really communicating. And this is exactly what I'm doing with my channel. Catching my BS. Digging beneath the surface of my own manifestations. I don't just ignore so-called small or trivial things. I always dig into them to find the hidden lesson. I observe. I reflect. I learn. That's what this entire journey is about. Not staying on the surface, but always going deeper. The mentor wasn't just offering a mask. She was sending a message, a polite, indirect one. And my colleague missed it entirely. He stayed on the surface. He didn't go deeper. He didn't ask himself, what's really going on here? I've done that too. Missed the subtle cues. Failed to read the room. Stayed on the surface when I should have gone deeper. Accepted gestures at face value without understanding the intent behind them. I've walked away from conversations completely unaware of what was really being communicated. When someone offers you a tissue while eating, they're telling you something without saying it. When someone offers you a mask when you're coughing, they're telling you something. When someone changes the subject, when they hesitate, when they give you a polite excuse, these are all signals. They're all communicating something. And if you're not paying attention, you miss it. So I'm going to be more intentional. I'm going to ask myself, what's really being said here? What's the intention behind this gesture? What are they trying to communicate without saying it directly? Every word should serve a purpose. Every gesture carries meaning. And the more aware I become, the less I'll miss, and the less I'll create awkwardness for others.